Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my returning subscribers, and if you're new here, please do like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So let's get into your reading today and just see where your energy is right now. This is just going to be a shorter reading for now, but if this resonates with you and you would like to book in for a personalised reading, my details are down in the description box, so please do get in touch and I'll happily go through that with you. So this reading, we're talking about soul needs. This reading is about someone's feeling annoyed by the restrictions that they're feeling in their life. It's like an Eight of Swords kind of energy. But you're struggling to communicate that. You're not sure how to communicate what you're feeling, but it is being shown in your actions or even the tone of your voice, the way that you're talking to people. People are hearing it in your voice. But part of what you're going through right now is actually building strength. It's because of this determination within you to have what you want and to have your life the way you want it. It's almost like people aren't understanding or hearing you and you're not expressing yourself in the way that you would like to. But there is something about your energy being stretched or spread very thinly in the areas of your life, things that you're having to do and possibly even for other people, and you're just not getting enough time for the things that you want to be doing or where you want to be going. For some of you, you may have even taken some time away from work at the moment because it's just all becoming a little bit overwhelming. You might be feeling a little bit guilty for that. A blood moon, number 8, which is the number of the strength card in the major arcana. So with the blood moon, it says illusion, uncertainty, narcissism. Now, I want to talk about narcissism a little bit because it's a word that gets used in a very negative way towards other people. And hear me out, because not everybody's going to agree with this. Not everybody's going to think that I'm right in saying this. But it's coming from a place, something that I read recently. Now, the person who wrote this, I'm not going to put their name out there, but basically what they were talking about was the stages of healing that you go through, and one of the stages is actually narcissism. You're not going to believe this. But you see, narcissism, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the word narcissist comes from the person that stood in the mirror and fell in love with their reflection. So that's where the word narcissism comes from, or narcissist. Now, if you go through a traumatic experience, so say for instance, we're going to talk about a relationship that stripped you of your self-worth, something that's held you back, made you feel worthless. Now, this might be depending on what star sign you are, but for many of us, there's something in you that will fight that. You know, we have our fight or flight response, don't we? Fight, flight, or freeze. Now, you may have been in a freeze mode for some time if you've been through a difficult experience, like a relationship or even a job where you've been bullied in that job or something. And what can happen is, over time, you actually start to change yourself. You change your self-image. You change the way that you look. You might change the way that you talk. You might change the things that you do. And you may have had this happen to you several times through your life. So think back now through your life where you've made changes that have actually made you look better. Now, there's elements of that to do with narcissists or narcissism. Okay, we all have that trait within us. We all have the ability to be a narcissist. Now, this particular trait is necessary for that level of healing that you had to go through. So if you're looking at yourself now and thinking, yeah, I did change. I changed my hair, or I changed this, or I changed that. You know, it's like when people say, have you heard people saying about when you have a breakup and they're like, please don't mess with your hair? Well, that's part of this energy that I'm talking about. It's a level of healing that you go through where you are finding a new, like you're rebranding yourself, okay? Now, for some of you, this is what you're going through now. You're rebranding yourself, and you may have rebranded yourself several times before. And some of you, you're struggling to communicate how you're feeling right now because people don't want to hear it, or they're not wanting to hear what you're going through or what's happening for you or why you're making these changes, but you're just quietly going through this transformation. Okay, so questions, please, if you have any questions about what I've said, but hopefully you'll go away and understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about narcissism in the way of like abusive treatment towards somebody else. I'm talking about how the traits of narcissism we can, qualities, if you like, to utilize to create the person that you were becoming. It's necessary for the growth. It's necessary for that level of healing. Okay, and it is one of the stages of healing. So for some of you, you've gone through that, or you're entering that stage, and you're feeling enthusiastic about it. You're feeling empowered by this. You're inspired by something. Maybe you've seen somebody and you're like, I want to be like them, or I want to embody what they are or what they have, and it's bringing inspiration. I'm getting chills through me as I'm saying this. So for many of you, that does resonate with you and you're feeling this. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. Whatever it is that's inspired you, and you're healing from some kind of breakup, something where something ended here, you're healing from that now, which is fantastic, which is great, isn't it? And what you're heading into is exactly what you want to manifest. So this version of yourself that you're creating now, you're getting there. You are really getting there. Now, I feel like I can say these things because this is the journey I've been on myself. So if you did want to talk about that, if you did want to have a session where we do some healing work around that, I'm here for you. Okay. Because there's an energy of like, I'm putting things right in my life and I am honoring myself and I know my worth. And there's so much inspiration coming out in these cards right now. You're really recognizing just who you are and what you have about you. Because I feel like maybe someone's pulled you down, they've kind of made you knocked your self-worth, and perhaps you just didn't think a lot of yourself, but it feels like something or somebody's come into your life, inspired you in some way and made you realize and recognize your worth. And now you are making those changes. You're rebranding yourself, which you can do. You don't have to stay a version of yourself for anybody. And you might be struggling to communicate that to other people. They're not hearing you, or they're not understanding the changes that you're going through, but they are aligned with your soul needs. And you are turning into one sexy mofo, I have to say. You are realizing and recognizing this feels right for me, this looks good, and your energy is bringing this like real desirable energy about you. Okay, so if you ever doubted yourself, and this is all because you forgave yourself for something, you allowed yourself to be forgiven for whatever it was, and you took back your self-worth. You've realized like my worth. Now, you may be revisiting something that perhaps you thought was lost. I wanted to say lust then. I don't know why I wanted to say lust, but perhaps there was something that you thought was lust and actually you've realised it was more than that. But I see you walking back towards something that actually is kind of part of this healing journey. It's a desire or a wish fulfillment. There's something that you have been hoping for or wishing for, and now you've kind of found a path that leads to it. But you're going back into it with this beautiful energy, with this like switched on, looking hot kind of energy, For some of you, maybe you just want to go and make your ex feel like, look what you missed out on, look what you didn't get to have. For some of you, that is what you're doing. But for others of you, this is just you kind of like maybe going back into the workplace or something after some time off and being like, look at me, or not even like, look at me, just, you don't even need to say that. People will just look at you and be like, wow, what happened to them? They look hot. And their energy and their voice and everything about them just seems inspired and on the ball, and they just seem so excited and happy by life. Now, you may have been going through some healing processes. You may have gone for some healing sessions. You may have been for readings or something like that, or taken some kind of wise counsel. And you're wanting to start something new, like some new rituals or something in your life. So for some of you, you've adopted some new rituals now that are very healthy for you, and this is what's bringing out this energy in you. And there is a decision that you're about to make. There's a decision coming in that you're about to make, or there's a message coming into you very quickly. Now, this could be because you're looking so great, someone doesn't want to lose you, so they may be coming back towards you. You discern whether that's good for you or not, okay? But for some of you, this is about you actually reaching out, like stepping out a little bit more, expressing, you know, that answer's there. You're actually sort of like going for it in what you want, speaking up about what it is that you really want and not being afraid to do that. And it's leading to this Four of Wands energy, which is about stability, celebration, and freedom is a very important one with this. Freedom. You are freeing yourself of so much right now because you've broken the illusion. You're not uncertain anymore. And you've taken some aspects of yourself. You've really looked at who you want to be, and you are rebranding, and you look good, and your energy feels good. And it's leading to such a fulfillment and celebration. Just make sure you keep communicating. Keep communicating with truth, with integrity. You know, you lead that energy. There's part of you as well that can be a little bit guarded at times. So this is about kind of like allowing your defenses to be lowered. Lowering your defenses. There's some kind of sentimental things going on here. It's interesting because we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse there, and we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. So there's something about, it's almost like you want to go and see somebody or revisit somebody so they can see just how you're looking. And you know, this again is that element of that, like we were saying about the narcissism, you know, there's this element of like wanting to be seen in that light, almost to go like, all right then, I'll see you later, I'm off now. Which is very cheeky, but if that's what you need to do, that is what you need to do. But there is a want for there's some regret going on here and a need for forgiveness. I feel like you've forgiven yourself, and you also forgive those as well that, you know, may have been part of any past hurt or feeling of this restriction. But you are breaking free from those chains. You are breaking that restriction now. You're no longer feeling like you're not in control, that you can't do this, because you know that you can, and that is exactly what you are doing. So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If that resonates with you and you want to look deeper into this, maybe you want to see what the outcome is of things that you're about to do, and then please do get in touch. My details are down in the description box, and I will do a longer reading a little bit later as well. So have a blessed day.